it's Wednesday, and you know what that means. It's time for, I apparently forgot to mess with this. There you go.
I was sitting here at 3:30 going, what the fuck? On this screen, like, why can't I fix it?
So here's the thing. I set it up that way for what my new show is, Greg Talks to People, because I like the setup of it better than the wide camera.
Sure.
So I didn't realize it was going to transfer to all the other setups that I have on here.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Anyway, Greg Cherry, Jeff Meacham, the original Big G.
That's right.
That's right.
Fuck you, Waller. Look what's happened to Austin Theory, Waller. This is all your fault. All your damn fault.
So, first of all, at least Miami didn't win the national championship.
Oh, that's good.
But it's one of those things where it's like, okay, Notre Dame's got to lock in next year. Can't make any mistakes because the SEC bias is a real thing. They put out the final AP poll for college football. They put 4-loss Alabama over 2-loss Notre Dame.
Wow.
That's the actual shit.
I'm telling you, like, there is some absolute, like, if people must think Saban's still there or something. I don't know what it is.
That's the most logical explanation I've heard yet.
But I don't understand. Like, they lost 4 games, 3 of them really badly. And you're going to sit here and tell me that Alabama is the 9th best team in the country? They're barely the 9th best team in their conference. Get the frick out of here.
Is that what you had posted earlier on Twix, Greg, that I had seen? Or somebody posted and you commented or something like that?
Probably.
Some dumbass shit for sure. I mean, it's been a day, dumb fucker. The reason I'm like this and I'm late is because the Walmart driver decided to drop off stuff that wasn't ours by the bag load. And then when I tried to ask him, make sure we had our stuff, I was sworn at in a foreign tongue. Like, okay, we're having that kind of Wednesday. Got it. So that's why I'm all over the place right now. So I apologize. For that. I'm here.
No, so that happened to my ex-wife and I once, that a Walmart person like dropped off the wrong stuff, and we called them about it because, you know, we didn't want to take something that wasn't ours, and we were told, you know, go ahead and keep it. We're not going to put it back anyway. So it's
which we've done before, and I don't have a problem with that part of it.
Yeah.
My concern was, did we get all the shit that we ordered? Because we had some substitutions that weren't there, and it's like, okay, like I get that. That's fine. We don't have to worry about that. But if we're not getting stuff because we're getting somebody else's shit, I'd like to know about it. Yeah. And again, I was, you know, spoken to like I was, you know, Vladimir Putin talking to the Kremlin, and I was like, all right, we're just having that kind of Wednesday. You keep driving, you get no tip, you get a 0 rating, and piss right off.
Mm-hmm. you kind of got the Obi-Wan thing going on right now.
I was gonna say.
So full disclosure, what hair I do have looks like shit. I've barely been able to do anything today because I'm trying to clean this place up. It looks like that's why it's blurred, because it looks like absolute shit back here. I'm trying to make sure this thing stays.
Maybe I should do the same thing. But then again, like it is what it is.
No, point. It is, and I'm just trying to, again, staying organized. When you don't, you know, you're in a situation, Greg, where I think you're in the same living relative situation that I am right now. But I got my own setup back here. I'm trying to load in, and I didn't think when we placed the order, it's like, oh shit, we're going on the air at 4. We better do this. And no, we set it for 3, and they weren't here at 3 because of course not. So
no, you'll realize, and I can't talk too much crap about them because, you know, that's my part-time job on Sundays. But like there has a tendency to be a little disorganization in that particular department. That's all I'm going to say about that, in the words of Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Or Forrest Gump, depending on which part of Walmart you're talking about.
Yeah.
I know, that was a good one.
But we have the Final Four set for the NFL playoffs. playoffs.
Yes, we do.
Featuring the New England Patriots.
Damn it.
Gag me with a spoon. And the Denver Broncos without Bo Nix. And then on the NFC side, you have the Seattle Seahawks and the LA Rams. So I'm trying to think if the Broncos and the Rams played each other, because I think if the Broncos and the Rams have played each other in a Super Bowl, I have to check this now. Because if that's the case, we're pretty much guaranteed a Super Bowl rematch, one way or the other.
Right.
Yeah. I was if Bo Nix didn't get hurt last week Saturday, I honestly think it'd be both number 1 seeds, the Seahawks and the Broncos. But I mean it's any given Sunday in football. So the Broncos backup quarterback could pull out a miracle, and it could still be them too. But I definitely see it in the NFC being the Rams. Not the Rams, the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Just the way they played on Saturday, whatever day it was, against the 49ers.
Mm-hmm.
And they got that kickoff return.
Yeah.
I watched most of the first half because I was like, it's like the Seahawks were dominating anyways. And I looked at the score the next day. It was like 41-6. I was like, yeah, I can see the Seahawks because the NFC championship will be played in Seattle. So it's cold there. The crowd is loud. And but the AFC, I want the Broncos to win because I do not want the Patriots getting anywhere near a 7th NFL title.
Nope.
No. So I'll be watching both games, especially the AFC Championship game, because I want to see the Broncos and the Seahawks game. It's something refreshing. It's not including the Chiefs that have been in the Super Bowl the past couple of years. The Eagles, same thing. It'll be a nice, refreshing game to watch.
I mean, you figure, first of all, that the Seahawks' last 2 Super Bowl opponents were the Broncos and the Patriots. Yep. So one way or another, there's a Super Bowl rematch there. I just looked up if the Broncos and the Rams have played each other. They have not. So that is the only new Super Bowl match that is possible, because obviously the Patriots play the Rams in a game I didn't watch, if I'm going to be quite frank, but a game that on paper looked like, just based on the box score, looked like it was absolutely terrible. And here's the thing with the Rams. You mentioned that Seattle's cold, but the Rams just played in Chicago, and who knows? Yeah. Maybe the Rams have that Elsa energy, and the cold doesn't bother them anyway. So
there you go, nice.
Very nice. I'm here for it.
And then
a Disney reference for the NFL.
That's right.
You get it all here.
Well, hell, there's always a Disney reference for the NFL, because the Super Bowl they go to Disney World, except this year they're going to Disneyland. So because the game's at Levi Stadium.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
We are ready for February 9th. God help us.
Yeah, I'm sure that the 49ers are kind of embarrassed that they got blown up by the Seahawks, because they could have been another team to play the Super Bowl in their own stadium. But
I'm not shedding one bloody tear over the 49ers losing.
Yeah.
Nah.
It's okay. But yeah, that's what's on tap for football.
Purposes. Okay. I think that's everything. It's cold, so I can actually go sit down now.
Yeah, the Pittsburgh Steelers apparently had an in-person interview with Mike McCarthy for the head coach position.
And Brian Flores yesterday.
Yeah, Brian Flores. I would prefer Brian Flores.
Yeah, same.
Of the two.
Yeah.
So hopefully, and worst comes to worst, if we do end up getting McCarthy, maybe they'll put Flores as defensive coordinator and fix whatever the hell Terrell Austin did.
Right?
Well, did you see that once Tomlin left, to I think Art Rooney or whoever said it, pretty much said that all the coaches are going to be gone unless the new head coach wants to keep you. And look, Danny Smith went to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Arthur
So-
Smith is already interviewing, and I haven't
Yeah.
heard a damn thing about Terrell Austin. So,
No,
whi-
so I mean,
which-
we might be getting a whole new coaching staff next year.
which, my goodness, do we need?
Yeah, we do.
Because I understand. Yeah, Tomlin never had a losing season. This, that, and the other thing. That's fine. But when you stay mediocre for so long, you're not going to move up very much.
You're
So,
6'7".
like,
God damn it, G.
or it could be like the Bengals, 6'11". But it's one of those things where the Steelers are either going to do one of three things. They're either going to stay exactly the same because they're going to keep the core like players intact. They're going to actually improve and win a playoff game for once, or they're going to completely suck. It's one of those three things. And I'm not sure, like the mediocre one is the one I want the least. If they suck,
Yeah,
that means that there is room for improvement somewhere.
yeah.
And like noticeable like draft capital and whatever. But this constant staying mediocre for as long as we have, like I feel like the NFL is almost past the Steelers by because they've
Yeah.
just been doing the same thing for years.
What does MJF say? Mid.
Yeah.
We've been mid for like the past 19 years.
Yeah.
No, not
Yeah.
19
Not
years.
quite 19 because there's two Super Bowl
past,
appearances.
the
in there.
past. I want to say our last Super Bowl win was 2017, or not Super Bowl win, but playoff win was 2017.
Yeah.
So almost 9 years.
Mm.
So yeah. So to recap, fuck the Steelers coaching staff and the ownership. Fuck Walmart delivery drivers. And I'm gonna go with the show.
Yeah. Let me put this in perspective.
Yeah.
The Steelers' last playoff win happened before Wrestling Trivia Challenge debuted.
Jesus, that's true. God, that's a wild stat. I didn't think about that.
Yeah. I think I started doing no DQ videos in 2016, 2017. So yeah.
Asking the wrong person for that accountability. You have to ask the boss there. I don't know.
Yeah,
That's
no.
when the Pain in the You Know What was a part of that channel. Was the last
Well,
time the Steelers.
I can tell you exactly when the pain in the ass left. It was after WrestleMania 33 in 2017 because that was when the
No, it was after that because there was a certain Great Balls of Fire pay-per-view in 2017.
well, but what I'm saying is I had done what I thought, and I feel like Terry Funk all our retirements now. I had done my last show was going to be based on the fact Undertaker was done when he put the hat and the coat and everything down. And then we had the Great Balls of Fire incident more than once that week. And one pain in the ass later, I was back on the air because out of sheer necessity. And that was 9 years ago, folks. So there you go.
Mhm.
Shows you how long retirements truly do last in wrestling.
And that's one of those, if you know, you know, and if you don't, we're not going to tell you.
If you're not, that's just too,
Yeah.
You
I-
are shit out of luck
I-
if you don't
yeah,
know
yeah.
because
Yeah.
that was
I
embarrassing
remember
enough for the ones that did know.
It was embarrassing enough to be on camera for that. Okay.
Yeah. I'm glad. I'm that was one show I'm grateful I was able to miss. But looking back, it's like if I hadn't missed it, I might not have been able to come back.
Yeah. All right. So
All right.
we finally, in the last week, have gotten people to declare for the Royal Rumble match.
Yes.
Which is about time. And I've seen people listen, I've gone back and forth about people just declaring and not having qualifying matches or whatever. Cause I like the qualifying matches because I like matches with stakes.
Yes.
But
You're very much like Bischoff in that respect.
the more I thought about it is like declaring for the Royal Rumble can be an effective segment because I posted on Twitter a very popular segment involving people declaring for the Royal Rumble.
Yes, you did.
When Triple H returned in 2002, that's what that segment did. He declared for the Royal Rumble, and so did Kurt Angle.
Yes.
So it's
it has its
an
merits.
effective, if it's an effective segment, then we can't really complain. It's just that you have to have. I don't know if you're going to have that level of effectiveness with the segment, but at least make it worth everybody's time, worth the explanation, more than just, oh, I'm declaring for the Royal Rumble and I'm going to win. Da-da. Like,
cool for you.
Obviously, not everybody's going to win. And if even fewer people declare this year, then maybe I'm going to message Pierce. It's been 5 years. Maybe he forgot about the last time I declared.
Hey, he's got his own shit to worry about right now as the GM.
So should I message Aldous then?
I mean, you can. I can't message Aldous, so you might as well try.
Yeah. So here's the thing: I don't have my passport, so it's not gonna work anyway.
That's fair too. Yeah. I keep with all the construction stuff. I still keep forgetting it's going to be in Saudi. But we brought this up yesterday. G, it's like dude, they're still building that stadium. Like I'm worried about safety codes at this point. Like what the fuck are we doing, dude?
I mean, why wouldn't they just do it in like something that's already built?
That's what we asked. Yeah, that's
why. So what because who was it? Aaron or Virtue said that it looked like it was going to be like an erect stadium where they could just tear it down right away. But like,
that's a big ass stadium to be an erect set. I'm sorry, like that's crazy.
So this is what I was thinking yesterday. That they're gonna build this permanent stadium just for the WWE in Saudi, which
is fine,
because I don't know how much longer they have this deal with Saudi, but I'm sure they're gonna extend it 2 more years. So I'm sure they're gonna, with how much money they've been bringing in and stuff like that for the Saudis, I'm sure they're gonna extend the contract or make a new contract for another 10 years. And why not have a stadium just dedicated to WWE, so they're not going to all these different other? I don't know, but that was just my thought.
Well, no, the idea has merit, and I'll also say this: the fact that the last full year of the contract, they're having a Mania there finally. That's not by accident. They've been having all these little events and all these little things to test the waters for a major show. The Rumble's going to be there in less than 2 weeks. Yeah. And it's okay. Well, we'll double down on Rumble. We'll have a Mania there.
Yeah.
But my thing is an entire week of WrestleMania. You figure WrestleMania week is its own thing.
Mm-hmm.
The entire week's going to be over there. That will be for me,
the test
as a fan, the determining factor of going, okay, business may be good and business may be booming, but if that many people actually take the time to travel over there for that full week and they book boarding and they book all these things, we may have less of a opportunity to bitch about it happening because it's always going to be happening.
Yeah.
So here is my thing. I am not going to go to WrestleMania 43 unless Shane McMahon gets inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Okay.
Which I would be pissed if Shane McMahon got inducted while they were in Saudi.
Right.
But
get that passport renewed, Greg.
Your shirt is right. 99.
I have to renew it this year anyway. Yeah. So it's one of those things where
and Dylan and I are going to get ours here within the next little while, because part of the conversation I spoke to you about was also with that person's offspring, which we actually had a civil conversation, believe it or not. And part of that was, fucking right. But the kid needs real ID. Like, he needs real ID, and if he's going to go on a cruise, he needs a passport. It's like, okay, well, the next time the DMV and Disney sync up, let's handle that.
I'll tell you what, Pennsylvania's real ID thing has been pushed back so many times. I don't know when I need it.
Right?
So I don't know.
Yeah, I found out the hard way when I went to Vegas for New Year's. Signs everywhere. February 1st is that's when you get a fine. I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to the Rumble, thankfully, so that's good. I don't plan to travel anywhere outside of California until way after February 1st. And I have the hires up in JMMA. Well, he has to go. I know. Okay. But you tell the DMV and you tell Disneyland to sync up their schedules. I'm on that shit. I swear to God I am. Mm-hmm. This is an hour on one day. Yesterday's show, hour and a half most, depending on how many Super Chat Psychojet Black sends in it.
Oh Christ! Yeah.
We need to send Psycho Jack Black this way, because if he's got the money to super chat, like I will happily read them all during the show.
I famously went off one week because it was at the point where I think G was even there. That's where the whole thing started.
Yeah.
He sent in like 40. It's like, dude, I could use $80 on a Monday or a Wednesday. Like, fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh God! All he kept on saying, I can't remember what the super chat.
Imagine this. Imagine this. And it's like,
Imagine.
Yeah,
My God!
Imagine if the other channels we support had that kind of influx of super chats.
Yeah. I was like, dude, support the other shows, like for real.
But yeah, so yeah, the whole I'm not sure. The Real ID thing out here got pushed back a couple different times, but it was finally like, okay, May 2025, and then we're gonna lock down. It's like, okay, yeah, but and it's here's the weird thing. It's different at different airports. I didn't know this until New Year's. I flew out of Orange County because I went straight from work to go to Vegas, and because I didn't have the Real ID, there was extra security. I literally had to take my shoes off. That's all I had to do was take my shoes off, like we've been doing since 2001. Like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
And per usual, I had to take my laptop out of the bag so we didn't have a laptop in the screen.
Yeah.
Flying out of Vegas to Burbank, nothing. I literally walked in, put my backpack on, put my suitcase on, walked through, did the whole, and that was it. I was through screening in Vegas in less time than I was in line for screening in Vegas.
Yeah, when we went to pick my brother up, when we flew down to Iowa to go get my brother, me and my wife, we just walked through TSA like nothing, just did the arm thing, and that was it.
And this is flying into Iowa. Where were you flying out?
Harrisburg International Airport.
Harrisburg, okay.
It's a small. It was they were both small airports. So Iowa's small anyway.
Is it just the wrestling fan in me? But when you do the arm thing, do you throw up the diamond cutter? Because I do that all the time.
I did the first time, and people look at me like I had 3 heads. I'm like, okay, I'm not doing that anymore.
Well, you don't have to do like just like.
Well, no. So
if you can't tell, it looks.
Just to be that asshole, because I had the ex with me and Dylan with me when we were flying into Georgia. Yeah. When we were flying back out of Georgia, I went in and did the AJ thing. People look at me like what? and the ex she's just like, God, because she knew exactly what the fuck I was doing. I can't take you anywhere. It's like, you flew me into Georgia. You knew what you were doing going in. You knew what you had. Okay. Yeah. You knew. And then because we flew into Georgia, she couldn't bring her stash with her, which led to the bullshit in Chicago that I talk about all the time. So, it's all her fault at the end anyway.
Yeah.
Really. G, if you love your in-laws, cherish them, appreciate them. If you don't, we understand.
Yeah. I
get it. Like we get it.
Yeah, I
know. It'll be interesting when I get a new set. So
I'm not looking to get a new set of anything now. I am retired. I'm good. Thanks.
I love my in-laws, but there's some days now that we're not living with them anymore. Let's just put it that way.
That's a valid point. I will say living with your own family is one thing, and finances in this country. I think our generation, I know you guys are a few years behind me, as I'm sure Josh will point out if he actually shows up today. But our generation seems to be either moving back in with or staying with their folks. And I notice when it's the opposite and like you blend the families, it's not a good idea to start with, especially if there's already tension, and Lord knows there was tension on our side.
And it's one of those things where, like that's the case with me, because I kind of had a life event that kind of forced my hand, but
smidge.
I'm working on building up funds to get into an apartment, hopefully hopefully I get tax return and I can do it sooner. But
Yeah, I don't know.
hopefully like April or May timeframe. I would ideally like to do it before WrestleMania, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's yeah, a lot of things. I've got something like that coming in. It's not a tax thing. I should have something decent coming back, but I'm not sure. But we'll see. You know, a lot of things are going to happen after quarter one. I definitely know that's going to be a thing. Also, to the chat room, we appreciate all questions on the Greg Cherry brand, the Jeff Meacher Network, and everything. But random stuff like that, let's make sure we have our spelling and syntax correct first. Because how Eddie Guerrero was a better heel than Roman Reigns, I don't know. But the question in the chat room is, how was a better heel, Eddie Guerrero, or Roman Reigns? I'm just being a petty dick, and I know, but whatever. The answer to that question is Eddie Guerrero by a lot, because Eddie Guerrero was a fun, entertaining heel, and he lied, cheating. Yeah. He lied, cheating, stole, and we still cheered. And Roman Reigns, it took him being a heel to actually get us to give a fuck. Eddie, we always cared, I think. Like, even when he was, on his in the bad parts of his demons, he was still fun to watch. Roman was not fun to watch for a very long time, and it took him.
The time that they broke up.
Yeah. And even Rollins whacking him across the back, like, we still gave no fucks about Roman. That's crazy.
Because the feud was Seth and Dean.
The feud was Seth and Dean, which I find, you look back 12 years, you go, okay, that was the direction we went. That was interesting. All right.
12 years.
12 years. It'll be 12 years. That not, yeah. Well, you and I talked about it this morning.
It's been 13 since you've been out here.
13 years since I flew back to visit you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, yeah, think about that.
Wow.
It's been 13 years since The Rock made that big return and became the WWE champion at the Royal Rumble.
Yep.
Holy shit.
Somewhere
in 13 years.
Somewhere in Ohio, I can hear Josh's wheels of deviancy turning about how old we all are. I can hear it. I can hear it turning. I almost, if we weren't doing the watch along, I almost booked a seat in the little Cosm theater thing we have here in LA. We had this one in Dallas too.
I legit thought about, but we had already planned the thing. I legit thought about going to like I don't know what theater has it in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, they do that too.
Buying some snacks and just being like, fuck it, I'm just gonna.
I will probably do that for Mania, depending on how, because they charge like arena prices. Because I mean, they like, I've seen the Kings do it when they have road games. They fully immerse you like you're in a seat in the arena. It is, the technology is batshit. And like, my whole rationale of, well, I'm not going to Mania because it's so expensive. I'm going to pay that much for a ticket here anyway.
Yeah.
Might as well pay the extra and just actually go. But
yeah.
And hey, if you're a Maven page, well, actually, I don't know if he's doing the dinner in Vegas.
It had to lapse. I had my lapse just because money got tight on the last couple of checks. But when I get back on Maven, we'll make it happen. But yeah, I actually canceled all the day off requests except for Mania Saturday, Sunday. It's just, there was so much, we had these grandiose plans, G was part of the discussions. It's just, it's just not gonna
money
happen.
Money was just tight, not really tight with us, but like, we're like, I mean, like I said, our savings is like building up, because eventually we want to get out of the apartment and rent a townhouse or buy a townhouse or something like that, but
well, that's what he and I were looking into when we were flirting with that idea, because the townhouses were ungodly and expensive for what they had square footage wise. So I was like, shit, it costs like 3 times that much here.
My suggestion is everybody should go to gregcherryshow.com.
That's right.
Because hey, you boys are broke.
And you know what? Going to gregcherryshow.com this week and next week will get you Royal Raffle drawings, and we can help charity out too. So
I'm telling you, like next week we're doing the Royal Raffle. which we still have spots to fill. We have a lot of spots to fill, and it kind of upsets me. But like I kind of made an executive decision about the Royal Raffle, like now and in the future. I'm going to gift a spot in each Rumble to the charity itself, so that if that spot wins,
it just goes.
All of it goes to charity as opposed to.
Well, when I get paid next week, Wednesday, Greg, I'll probably get like 2 or 3 more spots on each side. So
sounds good.
Because I get paid literally at Wednesday when you're doing the raffle, but I'll send it to you during the day before we go live. So
sounds good. I have a week to find my tumbler. Otherwise, I'm just doing it on the wheel because.
Hey, there you go.
Which that might have to be the case anyway. It might just be that kind of a show.
Well, what's cool about the wheel, at least the one we use when we're doing our karaoke shit, is it gives you the option to delete that spot as soon as it's like you don't have to sit there and actually go through the list. You can just like, okay, it comes right off there.
Right.
So
plus I have the dual screen, so it'll be like, okay.
You do. We have technology now. So there you go. Before you move on, I just want to it keeps like fading out because of the blur. This was Dylan's Christmas gift to me.
Nice.
It was the first Dallas Cowboys hat I've had since the Super Bowl 30 hat. So, and there's no championship. Like I can wear it and not be a out of date useless fan, just a useless fan. So thank you, Bubba, again for the hat. Appreciate it.
Yeah. I don't want to remember Super Bowl 30, but I unfortunately do.
Well, if you read most of the memes around New Year's when the time change is happening, we're all still stuck in 1996 as Cowboys fans. So, that was my favorite meme on New Year's Eve by a country mile.
As a Notre Dame fan who hasn't seen a national championship since '88, like I get it.
Yeah, it's
even though '93 should have been, but
no, it should have. I love the recent dynasties, the recent powerhouses bitching. It's like, okay, look, in reverse order chronologically, 2014 in hockey, 2002 in baseball, 1996 in the NFL. Fuck off. Like my teams have been bad. So
2017 hockey.
Yes.
2009 Steelers and Yankees.
Yeah.
1988 Notre Dame.
Yeah. Oh, so I'm glad you brought the Yankees up. Let me get John Alba's report up because I think it was a former Dodger. So just hang on. They made a big deal about this morning. At least it was big because I follow John Alba because, again, I blame Bischoff for a lot of things. That's one of them is following John Alba. I love Eric Bischoff. I'm just fucking being a dick. Bellinger.
Yes.
They signed Cody Bellinger. And for me as a Dodgers, like, ooh, Bellinger wearing the pinstripes. Okay, I'm here for it.
Well, he was there last year, so and like he did really well.
Yeah.
So I'm very
signing. Yeah.
Like that was one of the good ones. Like I'm surprised it wasn't like Anthony Volpe or something who was just very, very inconsistent last season.
Yeah. Well, every team has had that one. Like we had that shortstop in the Angels. It's just like, how are you still on this? Rendon. How are you still playing baseball, let alone on our roster? Like, who? No, go away. Please stop. Please take our jersey off and just go play in AAA and just figure it out. Like for real. Like just go.
Go play with the Savannah Bananas or something.
Yes. I am so glad I understand that reference. Everybody should say that reference, damn it. Hopefully. Savannah Bananas are fun to watch though. I like the Globetrotters of baseball, except, actually not really.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that I'm looking forward to the Rumble.
Yes.
But I'm concerned about it because since it is an overseas Rumble, I feel like that's going to knock down the surprises. Unless they just fly a whole bunch of people out there to I almost feel like I have to pause Fightful notifications from Patreon because it's like, I don't want to know who's going to be in the Rumble. I love you, Sean, but I don't want to do it. The Rumble's the one event a year I don't want spoiled.
No, exactly.
Right.
So it'll be interesting. I'm hoping too, and maybe this is a little bit of a selfish take on it, but I noticed like that reactions for stuff like that, like it goes everywhere. So I'm hoping maybe Monday Night Raw we see a couple familiar faces, even if it's only for a second, reacting to stuff that happens in the Royal Rumble. But fortunately, it's early enough in the day where I can edit some actual like footage and stuff. But
yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah, I have that whole day off, or I should say. I actually picked up a shift at 6:30 that night because, like, well, hell, I'm going to be up early anyway. I might as well just, finish the Rumble, then get on the train and go.
Yeah.
I mean, I can finish the Rumble unless they go freaking AEW link, which please don't do that to us. And
it'll probably
be on a train at 3:00 to get to work. So
if I had to guess, like, it's going to be Drew and whoever wins the 4-way, both Rumble matches, and maybe something else. Have they built any matches? Have they announced any matches for the Rumble?
AJ and Gunther for AJ's career.
Oh, AJ and Gunther too. So
I think that'll be one of the middle. Like I think they're always at this point going to open with a Rumble unless there's something like really major. Because to quote me as here's the thing. Like, I feel with these late declarations, they haven't really built the Rumbles near as well as they should have.
Yeah.
So there's that. AJ and Gunther is the only real story that has any sort of legitimate substance right now, because we don't know who's going to face Drew McIntyre until after this coming Saturday.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a sprint now to really build this show, because you figure, like it said in the chat, I was mistaken, it's a week from Sunday. It's not even 2 weeks out. It's less than it's almost a week.
It's a week from Saturday.
Yeah. So, and it's the first time that I can remember that the Rumble really feels like, okay, it's here.
Yeah. It's hard to get excited because WWE has an overabundance of stuff happening, because they have Saturday night's main event this weekend, and it's like, you don't need. And this was my bitch too when they did the 25th anniversary of Raw, and also the 30th anniversary of Raw, and then had the Rumble like a week later. I understand that Raw debuted in January. Okay, I understand.
Yes,
that Monday Night Raw started in January. That said, especially the 25th anniversary of Raw pissed me off because they spoiled so many entrants in the Women's Royal Rumble.
Oh my God, right? The first one, yeah.
Bellas were there. Trish was there.
Yes. Tori Wilson
was there.
Yeah.
Terry Runnels wasn't in it. Who else was on that stage? Lillian wasn't going to be in it, so that wasn't a shock.
No. Was Lita on stage?
Maria and Maurice were pregnant, so obviously they weren't going to be in.
Congrats to Maria again, by the way.
Yeah.
Her baby William this week. So congrats to Maria, Mike.
So now I can bug her about an interview.
Hey, you know what? You can email Tommaso Ciampa now.
I can do that. The reason I bring up Maria is because when I met her in July, I actually brought that up to her. She said, "Wait till after I have the kid." Obviously, I'm not going to do it now. Like, she just had the kid. Like, I'll wait.
Email her like at 6:00. That's right. Wake her out of her sound postpartum sleep and see how that goes for you.
Maybe post Mania. I think that'll be like. By the way, thank you, Dwayne, for this. I did the first episode of Greg Talks to People, which is a show I've been wanting to do for a couple of years. But I finally sat down and I started my own interview show. It's not like Chris Van Vliet level, nor will it probably ever be, because Chris is just on another level when it comes to that.
Yes.
But it was a good interview. We talked to Minnie Portable, and she was a fantastic guest. Very much appreciate having her on. Yeah. And next week we're doing a show about mental health. Recorded that yesterday with SJ and High Five Tom. So that's a good hour-long discussion that we had on that show. So tune in next week for that. Got a video coming out Friday with Ella that I need to get on editing either today or tomorrow, because I plan on having that go up Friday. And next Friday, the day before the Royal Rumble, I am going to have a 30 facts that you may not have known about the Royal Rumble match. So it's very, there are a couple in there that were like, okay, yeah, but it's hard to come up with like stuff that is like intricate with the Royal Rumble, because there's so many like, yeah, you know this, you know that, but it's like, I try to go for things that people might not realize. I kind of baseball statted some of these, but it's okay. So tune in next week for that.
I'm glad you brought up Chris. Every once in a while, I'll get a message from a longtime fan, or, you know, somebody who's, you know, caught up on watching my stuff or whatever. And they'll ask me, you know, are you like, you know, it upsets you that, you know, Chris has this stuff, and it's like, no, here's the thing, guys. First of all, Chris has done it all right. He's interviewed these people, and he also has a solid attitude and a wonderful attitude about it. But you watch his interviews, longtime friends of mine, like Mark Bagwell, was just on his show yesterday's upload. He and Mark had a great interview, and Mark praised him, and, you know, talked about the fact he doesn't do interviews a whole lot because, you know, he's got his own YouTube channel, he's doing his own thing. But, you know, Frankie Kazarian was Chris's first interview of the year. It's like, how great was that to wake up to start 2026 with two of my favorite people doing an interview for, you know, damn near an hour and a half. That was great to see. Stone Cold, Raven, Miz on Chris Van Vliet was fun as fuck, because Mike's known Chris forever. So that was fun to watch. I love that he has that. I love that Denise has that. I met Denise Salcedo when she was, you know, not interning, but damn near that level for Xbox podcast. So it's, you know, as long as I've been around doing this crazy shit, I am grateful that people that are better than me and are more personable than me doing these interviews. That's why I'm so glad you're doing interviews, man. You are so much more laid back and easygoing than I ever was doing interviews. Like, you're more laid back in conversation than I've ever been. And I understand now that I was just too pushy and too just trying to be these people's friends and not just letting the conversations flow. And Chris, dude, if ever there was a flow master in interviews, it's Chris Van Vliet, dude. He knows his shit, and he lets the pace just kind of dictate itself. And that's what you should do in interviews, period. If you're not doing a promo, if you're just having a conversation, that's how it should be. His one he had with Jackie Redmond last week or this week, maybe, whatever it was, last week, was so fun. They're both Canadian. They're both hockey fans. They're both wrestling people. It was just just sit back and just enjoy the ha-ha for an hour and 15 minutes. It's really fun. So anyway, not to kiss Chris's ass so much, but, you know,
I get what you're saying. And Chris is somebody I would love to be able to sit down and talk with, even for like a half hour. Like I'm probably not going to go anywhere near the length of his interviews. But also talking about Denise, like Denise is somebody I've seen in action, the work that she puts in. Like when I went to the convention last month, she was, you know, filming the interview, uploading it, you know, doing like little bits of editing for her shorts. She is nonstop. Yeah. Like it blew my mind even seeing, because I kind of knew with like how much stuff she does. Yeah. But when you see it in person, it's like a whole nother level of like what kind of drive she has. It's absolutely incredible.
It is.
Yeah, Chris and Denise both I would love to have on the show. Yeah.
I've jokingly called her the hardest working YouTube personality in SoCal, and it's pissed born a few people off. And I really don't care. Because it's the truth. You know, like we and about, you know, I say, you know, the people that, you know, do shows with me only got the Adam Cole scoop at AEW because we were in the John and it came over the radio. Like, that was the only reason we knew Adam Cole was there before anybody else in the forum did. Yeah. We just have to tell Denise. And There you go. So yeah, she and she's always been that hardworking, man. She would fun around that freaking studio in North Hollywood like a little bumblebee when working with X-Pac stuff. So, the whole team did. I'm sad that team, that show didn't last as long as it could have, but I know Sean's happy doing the WWE thing when he's not out here just living his life. So, he's happy. His wife's happy. His kids are happy. Life is good, man. So,
Dwayne, yes, we talked about it a little earlier. Next Wednesday is the Rumble pools. Considering I'm thinking about doing the wheel, we might not have to start early, because I noticed while doing the tumbler pulls, it takes a little bit longer because it's a manual setup. But
right.
If we're doing the wheel next week, and it might just be this year's only, because I don't know where shit is in this house. So next year when I'm in my apartment, God, I hope I'm in an apartment this time next year. Then we'll redo the tumbler. But I think for this year, for simplicity, to make it easier on everybody, I'm going to do the wheel. So it'll be on screen so everybody can see it. So
yeah,
like there's not that you couldn't see the tumbler like on screen, like everybody watched me pull the numbers. I showed them to the camera. So that's not a shock at all.
No,
but yeah. So let people know if you want more numbers, because I said I was going to do the, if you have somebody donate $10 and they refer you, then I'll give you a free entry to each of the matches. Nobody's taken me up on that, which is good for my wallet, but like I'm a little,
Jeez.
So yeah, if you want to get more numbers, then it's open till next Wednesday. As soon as I pull the,
these are surprisingly inexpensive, these tumblers.
Yeah, they're not bad.
Yeah.
But I also got mine as a Christmas gift, so
I'll go there.
Anybody. Yeah. Next week is the Rumble pools, and then next Saturday, Jeff and I will be going live, starting at 1 p.m. Eastern time. So
10 o'clock after, mind you. Hang on, hold on. I want to make sure I had this information correct, so I'm not talking out of my ass while I'm bitching about it. You're working, quit bitching. Yeah, I know I'm working, Muckerfather. I understand. So I'm off at 10:45 the night before. I'm gonna get, like, by the time I actually get home, I may be able to get a quick napski and a shower and a little light breakfast.
How do you get home if you're done?
Well, so here's this is gonna be one of the times this year that I'm gonna have to call the emergency ride, because I can't get home on transit that late at night coming out of Disney. And if I wait till the morning on a Saturday, I won't be in the door until halfway through the Rumble. So can't do that this year. So yeah, so next Friday will be the first time I call our corporate help and go, okay, I'm stuck. I can't go home. I need to go home. I need to sleep. So yes, I will definitely be taking not a taxi, but one of our emergency company cars or whatever. Like, hey, I'm going home and sleeping it off, because that's going to be back-to-back days of working on Main Street after the Royal Raffle. So raffle Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Disney, and then right back up doing both Rumble and Disney on Saturday.
Yeah.
So
there you go.
I love it, man. Get to enjoy one of the best shows our favorite shows of the year, and then go make money working for the mouse. Not a bad Saturday.
There you go.
Listen, I took an entire day off of work from Walmart to watch Notre Dame Miami, which turned out to be not a great idea. But
that kind of stuff.
I'm probably gonna have to do that for Notre Dame, Wisconsin, because they're playing on a Sunday to open the season next year. I was like, come on, guys.
Well, okay. Would you rather it Sunday that time of day, or have another freaking 10:45 p.m. kickoff? Just saying.
Listen, it pisses me off more that there was a 10:45 kickoff, because they didn't even put them in the damn playoffs.
I know.
It's like, you put them that late at night, they whooped ass, and then you still kept freaking Alabama.
Yeah, I know. God.
Listen, Conrad
Yeah.
Thompson and I are never going to be friends if we talk college football
No,
because I have zero love lost for the Crimson Tide.
he mentioned the complaints about that. And I'm thinking, oh, I'm so glad Greg doesn't watch you full time, brother. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I'd be throwing hands.
You were, dude. I was actually watching that episode of, I think it may have been Jarrett's podcast at Hollywood and Highland, waiting to go on with you. And I'm going, oh, hope Greg didn't see this shit. That's why I didn't bring it up.
Yeah, I don't think I've watched anything Conrad. I might have checked like a couple clips of, Bischoff's show, but like I don't sit down and watch a ton of podcasts.
Well, I mean, you've also got a job, where you're away from the ability to do that more often than not. Me, when I'm not at Disney, I'm here talking with you fine people. So, and trying to clean this place up and get groceries loaded. What the hell is this? What the hell is that? Oh, it's this friggin'. I'm like, seriously, sorry, squirrel moment again. What the hell's behind me? What's going on?
But yeah, so WrestleMania 19 WrestleMania Sunday is on my birthday. So with my work, we have to take off like a whole week of vacation. So I think I took off that Friday up until that Saturday, WrestleMania Saturday up until the following Friday. So
oh wow, okay,
that's a smart way to do it. I am hoping that I win the lottery, and that I can just take multiple days off in a week, because I completely forgot what that's like.
Right.
Because working two jobs, it brings in the money, but I want to not go anywhere for like 2 days straight.
Yeah. There's, I know you and your wife are going. I know Walter gets to go because of the agreement his wife made about the subscriber count. And it's like I said, if things line up and it's doable where my wallet and my brain aren't going to fight to the death, then I might go to something out there for like, people are going to think I'm crazy. I actually want to go see Stephanie McMahon's induction. Like, I'd like to see that, because I know people are mixed on Stephanie. They're very polarized on her. I enjoy her podcast. I don't really have a cross thing to say about either of the elder children at this point. Like, we love Shane on this brand, that's for damn sure. And I've had so much less complaints about Stephanie since she seemingly did the right thing, as far as like when her dad came back into power, she's like, all right, I'm good. But again, Greg's shirt says it politics because of work, and it's still a very polarizing thing to publicly declare you like any of the McMahon family or the in-laws right now based on who they're supporting. And look, I like the idea behind the physical fitness, the public fitness thing, but it's becoming harder and harder, at least for me, to back anything that starts and ends with the man in the office. It's hard. It's very difficult. So I try though.
And you brought up my shirt, Politics is the Work. So
yes.
Buy a shirt.
Buy a shirt.
And you
Greg Cherry Brand. There you go.
Actually, you could do that at gregcherrybrand.com.
Yes.
So go do that.
And even if you've bought one, buy the other variants, because they're all good shit.
Yep, there's 10 of them. I need to get those.
And I think you should personally out there, if you are as anti-POTUS as I am, you should buy the King of the Ring variant one, just because it's funnier for reasons.
Yeah, deeper meaning there.
Deeper meaning.
Listen, if 1 million people in the world bought one of my shirts, just 1 million, which is what? Not even 1% of the United States?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, that's about right. There's like 400 million or around there in the United States. So that's what, 0.25%. If 0.25% of the United States bought one shirt, doesn't matter which one, just one shirt a piece, I can buy a house.
And just remember, if you buy one shirt, it's what? How much is yours? 25?
20. Depends on the size, really.
Okay.
Like I think up to XL is 20, and then like 2X and stuff is a little bit more, but that's just because cost of materials.
So there you go. One shirt's only $20. If you buy a million of them, it's only $20 million. I mean, shit.
Yeah.
Hall and Nash made that sound better than I did, but you know, it's okay.
Somebody call Mr. Beast. Have him buy out my stock.
Fuck. I'm here for it. Yeah, there's 341. Well, hang on, go back. 341. The projected is 341.7 million people in 2025.
Okay, so it's more like a 0.33% or 0.32 or whatever the hell it is.
Whereas compared to the world is estimated to be around 8.2 billion. There are 8.2. There weren't even that many. Like there wasn't even above 7. Less time ago than it should be. Damn it. There are 2. Okay, y'all need to stop fucking. That's enough. Cut off the whole lot of you.
No. Hey, listen.
Okay. Sorry. No, it's okay. Y'all need to stop reproducing. That's enough.
Yeah.
A lot of you. Knock that shit off. Sorry, Greg. My bad. I forgot.
Oh my god.
Y'all need to be responsible with you fucking. How about that? There we go.
Shit, you breaking me tonight and then Aaron breaking me last night with that damn fucking AI.
Between the AI thing and my that signal on the fucking freeway yesterday. Jesus. Oh, that was so bad. I understand that, Greg. I was on the show with you guys last week. I made it to the freeway before I had any trouble.
Yep.
But like the second we got on the freeway yesterday, heading for the exact same location, the exact same route, but like that, the whole fucking second half of the show, like, oh my God, it was awful.
Yeah. What really needs to happen is I need to win the lottery so all 4 of us can do this as a job.
Right?
No shit.
Buy a studio. We can all like be in the same place.
Yes.
And just BS and be completely ridiculous.
And since most of you guys are further east than I am, if we're gonna get a studio, we need to have permanent heating and lodging set up because it's too fucking cold for my California wuss ass.
Yeah.
So
It's even cold for me.
you live back there, so fuck off. Yeah. No,
as I get older, like even though I have a little bit extra blubber right now, like it's still cold for me. So no, I have my heaters on right there, set at 69 degrees. Nice.
And
nice.
I need to put that
in all that clip.
I have it somewhere. I'm gonna find it. The show's over, so I'll find it next week.
We may lose the background if he does that. So if he does, we'll see.
Yeah, it's fine. But anyway, next week the Royal Rumble numbers draw.
Yay!
We are gonna have a good time.
Yes, we are
raising some money. And then next Saturday, join us for the live watch along reactions. There will be no footage, of course, because that's a copyright thing, and we're not even gonna mess with that. But
we're not going to freaking have the audio behind us because we're not as brave as Denise Salcedo.
I mean, I could probably have like a little audio so like people can understand, and so it'll be quite frankly easier for me to edit when I put the clips in on social media.
Too.
But I'm not gonna have it blasting like Denise does because I love Denise, but it's like, damn girl, you don't give a shit.
I don't presume to know because I'm not the expert, but I'm pretty sure she has a agreement with the company, which is why she's
that would make sense.
So, but yeah, having Balor's music over her audio Monday night was or Monday afternoon, I should say, was pretty cool. she popped for it. That was great. That was awesome.
All right,
as we all should. Balor's awesome, and his music. Yeah,
awesome. we all should. Balor is over, and this show is over. So tune in next week to the Royal Raffle. Let's see who's going to get what number. Let's see how much money we can raise for charity. You still got a week. Share this with as many people as you possibly can. Let them know that they're supporting a good cause with Safe Horizon. Don't be a jag, and we will see you next week on the Greg Cherry Show.
It's the only show